Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on Thursday night. It is October the 13th, 2016. I'm going to look at all the races on tonight's program. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections from racetracks around the world, and I mean it. Around the world. So let's get on to it. Starting off at race number one from the Meadowlands on tonight's program. It's maiden claim race, purse $15,000 for maidens 2-year-olds. We have a field of 8 horses, including part of an entry, traveling 5 furlongs on the turf course. The rail will be out tonight, I believe. I'll give you the rail settings in a second. The rail will be out 17 feet from its true position, so they're traveling 5 furlongs here. My top selection here will go to the 6 horse, number 6, We Wilburn You. Gonna go 6-7-1-3. 6-7-1-3, number 6, We Wilburn You. 9-2 Orlando Boca Chica. Last time out, this 2-year-old gelding ran at September the 2nd at Monmouth, 5.5 furlongs and main 35,000 on the dirt. Source finished third by 14.5 lengths. It was with the leaders early on, but weak, and it wasn't his best of runs. Start before at Monmouth, 5.5 furlongs, main 40. Finished 5th by 10 quarter lengths. Set the pace early on, and then weakened incredibly bad. And then again, he ran in main special weight Penn National, 5 furlongs, July the 1st. Finished 5th against a little bit tougher horse. He just wasn't there. I think the switch to turf should really help this horse here today. I'm going to use this one as a top selection here. This horse is out of Wilburn, who I never heard of, but Bernardini, I think Bernardini should really do well with this one. So I'm going to go with this 2-year-old gelding. I'm also going to put on the ticket the 7 horse here, Bobby the Boss. He's not a street boss here at 5-2, Paco Lopez. If you play the pick 6, I would definitely use the 6 horse, of course. I would use the 7 horse also. I think he has a strong chance of winning here because he's about to go on the grass. Last time out, he's never started, but he's had some workouts. Most recent October the 6th at Monmouth, 4-furlong workout, 50 flat, the 20th best out of 50. So I'm going to use this horse also. So to recap my bets for race number 1 for the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 6 horse. I'm going to do a superfecta. I'm going to go 6-7-1-3. 6-7-1-3. So now let's get on to race number 2 from the Big M, which is a claiming race, purse $20,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, number 1 through races here. Field of 9 horses going for the claim price, $16,000, traveling a mile 16th on the turf course. Rail at 17 feet all night. Mile 16th. My top selection here will go to the 1 horse, number 1, who is Daring Bride. Gonna go 1-6-4-8. 1-6-4-8. Number 1, Daring Bride. 8-5, Paco Lopez for Gregory Sacco. Last time out, ran at Monmouth, mile 16th, and claimed 12.50 on September the 18th. Source won by 6.25 lengths on the turf. 80 cents a dollar was the best horse in the race, and he proved it was a very good, patient ride by Nick Juarez that day. Start before at Monmouth, mile off turf on a good going, September the 2nd, in a claim 12.50. Horse finished second by 4 lengths as 70 cents a dollar favorite. Just had some bad traffic trouble that day. Closed up a tiny bit, but you couldn't catch the winner. Out-zapped, ran well. And then Penn National, mile 16, July the 21st, an allowance race for 33,000. Horse finished 7th by 4 lengths. Was 7th all throughout. Closed a little bit at the end, but everybody else was closing, so he didn't prove a lot. I'm going to use this horse as top selection here. So to recap my bets for race number 2 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 1 horse. Going to do superfecta 1-6-4-8. 1-6-4-8. So now let's get on to race number 3 from the Big M, which is a main claim race, purse $14,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 11 horses. The 11 horse is also eligible, traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf course. Mile 16th. And my top selection here will go to the 2 horse, number 2, Street Fightin' Man. Gonna go 2-5-6-3. 2-5-6-3, number 2, Street Fighting Man. 5-2, Paco Lopez for Nicholas Easler. Last time out, ran at Saratoga, mile 16th, September the 4th, and maiden 40. Source finished 7th by 9.25 lengths that day. Just had a bad trip, was a little bit wide. It just wasn't his day to win. At Saratoga, mile 16th in maiden 40. Source finished 5th by 4 lengths. It was again wide and was just weakening. He's facing so much tougher. He's dropping down to a maiden 16 today, which is not as tough as he's been facing at Saratoga, especially those Saratoga races. The best finish this horse has was you have to go back to a second place finish in 2014 at Woodbine, but on turf, you have to go to a race at Aqueduct last season, November the 8th, 1 mile on the turf course, made 40,000. Finished third by length, got the lead, but then lost it in the late stretch with Chris DiCarlo today. I think he's facing, lesser quality horses than he's been facing last few times. I think he should really romp here today. Possible single in the pick six if you're playing it, in my eyes. So to recap my bets, race number 3 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, gonna go with the 2 horse here. Gonna do Superfecta 2563, 2563. So now let's get on to race number 4, which is a claiming race. Purse $18,000 for fillies, mares, thrills, and upwards. Field of 11 horses, traveling distance of ground of a mile and a 16th. A lot of them today. For some reason, this meet at the Meadowlands, they're not carding any longer races. Every race is there either a mile 16th, or 5 furlongs. They used to run a mile 70 yards. I think they can't do that anymore because they don't have a gap in the stretch for the gate to go through. They should create one, but they can't. Maybe next year when they most likely will be running a full thoroughbred meet at the Meadowlands. But we have a field of so many horses, field of 11 horses in race 4. And my top selection here is going to go to the 10 horse. To the outside, number 10, Jane Peterson. I'm going to go 10-1-2-7, 10-1-2-7. Number 10, Jane Peterson. Jackie Davis at 4-1, going for the claiming 5,000 here. Last time out, ran at the Meadowlands, mile 16th at claiming 5. Horse finished second by a head that day, with Jackie Davis up at a little under 9-2. Was stalking the pace all throughout, got the lead, and then lost it behind New Freedom, who won that day. A lot of the horses from that running on September 28th race at the Meadowlands, just running back into this race today, so keep that in mind. But start before came Laurel, mile 16th, August 21st, claiming 7,500. Horse just finished 9th by 9.5 lengths. From the 5 hole, had nothing, just weakened that day. Wasn't his best of starts. And then claiming 25,000 at Belmont, 7 furlongs, July 14th. Horse finished 5th by 9.25 lengths. 64-1, just had nothing that day. I think this horse should do well. When this horse dropped down to this Meadowlands start last time out, she ran a very good start. The ride wasn't half bad by Jack Davis. Gets an outside post position, which isn't the best. But, I think this horse should really romp here today. 4-1, gonna go with this horse. So to recap my bets, race number 4 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, gonna go with the 10 horse, gonna go 10-1-2-7, 10-1-2-7. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Meadowlands, which is a start allowance race. Purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds and over, which never have started, for a claim price of $12,500 or less in 2015 or 16. Fields of 9 horses traveling the distance of ground of a mile on the turf course rail at 17 feet. I think I said that already, but who cares? 1 mile. My top selection here will go to the 5 horse. Number 5, Seuss. I'm going to go 5-9-1-8. 5-9-1-8. Number 5, Seuss. 6-1. Last time out, ran at Monmouth, mile 16th, September the 10th, and a claiming price of 12.5 to 10.5. This horse finished second by 4 3/4 lengths that day. Was closing off very well that day. Got the second place finish. I think this Meadowlands turf course really suits this one. Start before it came on July the 1st at Monmouth, a mile and claiming 25,000. This horse finished 4th by 4 1/4 lengths that day. Just didn't have the best runs. It just wasn't this horse's day to win. And then the last race, 39,000 at Monmouth, mile 16th, May 29th. First start up north of the year. This horse just finished sixth by 5.5 lengths. Not like the course at all. I think it was just against a lot tougher horses that day. This horse has won 3 in a row down in South Florida at the end of the South Florida Gulfstream Park Champion meet. All in claiming races, 25, 16,000. He won by head, neck, and a length. Those are very tough claiming races at Gulfstream Park. He's running very well. The company he's facing today is not as tough. So I'm going to use this horse as top selection. So to recap my bets now for race number 5 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 5 horse. I'm going to do a superfecta 5-9-1-8. 5-9-1-8. So now let's get on to race number 6, the final race on today's program from the Meadowlands, which is a claim race. Purse $16,500 for fillies, mares, drills, and upwards, which never won 2 races. Field of 9 horses, dashing the distance of ground of 5 furlongs. 5/8 of a mile. And my top selection here will go to the 2 horse. Number 2, Rio Vista. Gonna go 2-1-9-5. 2-1-9-5. Number 2, Rio Vista. 3-1. Dylan Davis for George Weaver, sending us winning from Belmont. Last time out, ran on September the 14th. 6 furlongs and claimed 25,000 at Belmont. Source finished 6th by 9 3/4 lengths that day. Had a horrible start. broke at the break. This horse bobbled, was wide. It just wasn't this horse's start that day. Greatest of starts. Start before Saratoga, 5.5 furlongs, August 25th, and claiming 40,000. This horse finished 11th by 13.25 lengths. Stocked the pace early on, and then just weakened. Wasn't his best of runs again. And in the start allowance race, 5,000. It's August 4th at Saratoga. 5.5. This horse finished fourth by 6.5 lengths. Did not like against a lot tougher. Didn't really do well. This horse has only won once. That was at 6 furlongs in the maiden 40 at Belmont back in June. Horse won by 1.5 lengths. On the lead all throughout. Easy victory. Gonna get a speed favoring turf course today. Gonna use this horse here as the top selection. So to recap my bets, race number 6 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, race number 6, going to go with the 2-horse Rio Vista, going to go 2-1-9-5. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.